Hey everyone, this is Sanjana from Anokha NGO Vellore, and today I'm going to be explaining another cultural aspect of the wonderful state of Himachal Pradesh, that is the arts and crafts of Himachal Pradesh. So let us begin, shall we? One of the most primary cultural aspects about Himachal Pradesh is its wonderful sense of weaving. Now, the most common sources of weaving are the woolen sources of weaving or woolen weavery. It's an own industry that thrives in Himachal Pradesh. And because obviously it being a hilly terrain and the availability of wool producing animals, well, so we're going to be looking at some examples of the weaving that is not just known in the state of Himachal Pradesh, but all over the India and even sometimes over all around the world. So as you can see, this is one of the most exquisite designs from the weaving that comes from Himachal Pradesh, which is also called a pashmina. A pashmina is made from the wool of a very, very rare goat, which is found in Himachal Pradesh exclusively. And the material of the pashmina is extremely fine. That is, the weaving is done over and over again to make the material and the interlayers of the material extremely fine, so that when you run your hands around it, it feels very, very smooth and very, very, interdigitated. The other example of a woolen weaving is a desar shawl, which is similar to the material used in a pashmina, but the difference is the weaving pattern. As in, where I said the pashmina is very fine, desar is a little coarse. There are little gaps here and there, and the wool strands which are used are also of larger dimension. And this kind of weaving is from the Chamba region of Himachal Pradesh, and one of the best characteristics of this is the checkered designs that you can see at the center. It is a characteristic of the Chamba weaving from this region. Another one of the aspects of the art and crafts of Himachal Pradesh is wood crafts, and the most popular trees that are used for wood crafts are pine, cedar, deodar, and oak. One example that is used is wooden pottery, wherein instead of traditional pottery, we use wood, and the wood materials are carved into utensils, most famously, and are also used to make designs. So these designs are made on doors, on window edges, on pillars, and which forms frameworks for many buildings and rudimentary houses in Himachal Pradesh. And this kind of woodwork is very, very indigenous to the Kinnaur and Kullu region of Himachal Pradesh. You can see how exquisite the designs are and very detailed. The last aspect of the arts and crafts of Himachal Pradesh is the metal work. Now, as the name suggests, we use most of the metals found in the zones of the hilly terrain at the bases, and these metals are used for multiple purposes and has been since and has had a rich history of being used, as we can see, especially if we talk about during the times of the Mughal reign or the times of the many dynasties that have existed in the northern parts of India. Uh, it was very essential to use metal or integrate metal into daily life objects. Like, obviously there is jewelry which is originated from that region. The hilly regions have very indigenous designs of jewelries with the hanging bits and one which make noise, that rattle, and all of them are constructed with metal. Then there is decorative items that you can put in your house, like the bell designs that are mentioned here, like that are shown here, and there are multiple other forms of decorative items that people can use which are made out of metal, right? But the most important and characteristic metal piece of work that has originated primarily from Himachal Pradesh would be the designing of idols of deities using metal. Now, this practice has been running since many ages, where kings and rulers and dynasties, They have worshipped gods and they have constructed temples and idols, all using metals, right? Apart from all of this, we can also see metals being used in utensils and other things like that. And they are primarily, and those utensils are carved as well. They can be carved, they can have intricate designs. They might not necessarily be the plain metal utensils that all of us are known to use. So that marks the end of the arts and crafts of the Himachal Pradesh region.
Hey guys, today I'm gonna talk about music and dance culture of the beautiful state of Himachal Pradesh up in the north. So let's look at some music. The music of Himachal Pradesh includes many kinds of folk songs from the area, many of which are sung without instrument. So the people in Himachal Pradesh like to indulge in a lot of folk music. The different styles of music, as I've put it in the slide, are Juri, Laman songs, and something called the Samskara songs, which are sung at different various festivals and celebrations by women of the state, which is Himachal Pradesh. And then we have the Ain, which are religious songs. They sung at the bride's house. Now, when a marriage is happening, these songs are sung at the bride's house after a wedding, and by women at the home of an unmarried girl. And then we have Chamba Chamba Pani, which is basically so wondering. So basically, there's a region called Chamba Pangi in Himachal Pradesh. So in that region, different various wandering musicians play an instrument called kanjari, which is basically a tambourine. So this is a tambourine here. So they wandering musicians play this kind of instrument, and they perform using string puppets. They use puppets and then they use this instrument, and they sort of do music, you know, they play music and etc. These are the various kinds of musical instruments that the people of Himachal Pradesh use. So this is called the Nagara or Nagara. This is the dhol, which is pretty famous. I guess everybody knows that. And this is a chinta, and this is an instrument called the shehnai, which is a wind instrument. It's used by the mouth instrument, like a flute. And then we have the ektara. That probably you guys know ektara. And then this is the saringi. So yeah, next up we'll move forward to the different dance forms. So different dance forms. In Himachal Pradesh, people like to do, or they have various dance forms in the tradition. So one of them is called the Nati. It is the most famous dance of Himachal Pradesh. So this is the picture of people of Himachal Pradesh performing the dance form called Nati. And then we have the Dalshan and Cholamba dance forms. It belongs to the Ropa Valley of Himachal Pradesh. So Ropa Valley is a place in Himachal Pradesh. So this is how this dance form looks like. And then we have the Shant and Shabu, which are the most popular dances of the Lahore Valley. Lahore Valley is again another place in Himachal Pradesh. And they generally dance that Buddhist kompas in the memory of Buddha. You guys all know Buddha, right? So this is the dance form, which is probably not clear, but just get a glimpse of it. And then we have another dance form called Kikali dance. It is one of the most famous tribal dances, and it is performed by young girls. The girls hold each other's hands crosswise and rotate swiftly on their toes. This is how it looks like. So that's all from today. So I just shared some thing about the music and dance culture of Madhya Pradesh. So that's it from me today. So thank you guys.
Hello guys, I am Anakat Hashza Ajit and I will be telling a little about Himachali cuisines. That is one of the traditional food. So let's jump right to it. So these 10 dishes which I've shown on the first slide are the 10 most important traditional dishes of the Himachalis. That is Madra, Dham, Tukya Bhat, Bhe, Siddhu, Bhabru, Meeta, Akotri, Kulu trout fish and Tibetan dishes. Dham is one of the most important, important Himachali dish, which is a must for all of their festivals and occasions. So in any Himachali fest or Himachali occasion you go, you will see dham there. So how is it prepared? But it is a dish prepared by the Brahmins of the region of Chamba by cooking red kidney beans, also known as rajma in Hindi, green lentils, also known as moong dal, and rice and curd. It is served with mashed dal, burti curry, and sweet and sour sauce made from tamarind and jaggery. It is traditionally served on plates made out of leaves. So you can see here, they are served on plates made out of leaves, and that's how it will be present in most of the Himachali occasions. We have Meeta. Meeta, as the name suggests. So those who don't know, Meeta is what we say for sweet in Hindi. So Meeta, as the name suggests, is a local dessert of Himachal Pradesh. It is prepared with sweetened rice mixed with generous helpings of raisins and other dry fruits. In this picture, you can see there's lots of raisins and cashew nuts, which will be mostly sauteed in ghee, so that you get the sweet, rich flavor. Next we have chana madra. So those of you don't know, chana is what we call for chickpeas in Hindi. So obviously it consists of chickpeas soaked mostly overnight and vegetables which are seasoned with spices and cooked in oil. A lot of other spices go in and make it a tangy dish. The madra dish that comes from Himachal's Chamba district showcases the culture of the state. It is also served to guests at various other ceremonies and celebrations. So this is one of the next most important dish of the Himachalis. Other than dham, you'll also find chana madra in most of the occasions and celebrations which Himachalis have. Next, we have Tudkya. This delicious rice dish consists of pulao prepared in a unique style of cooking. Spice, lentils, a variety of vegetables, onions, and potatoes, and curd. It gives such a delectable taste. There's a dash of lemon juice and garlic sauce give it an extra kick. The Tudkya Bhat is mostly found in the place of Chamba district of Himachal Pradesh. So by now you can see most of the dish have been originated or is found mostly in the Chamba district of the Himachal Pradesh. Bay or spicy lotus stems. The Himachali people enjoy this food, that is a lotus stem made in spicy flavor. So they just take the lotus and then they saute it in spice and gives beautiful flavor to it, and is mostly found the locals. Locally called bay, it is the base of the dish is lotus stem that is sliced thinly and prepared with onions, ginger, garlic, and flour made from grams and create a unique lip-smacking dish to eat. Next, so you might be thinking most of the food which we saw till now are vegetarian food. Well, fun fact is that most of the Himachalis are vegetarians, but there are also non-vegetarians. So there is also a few of traditional non-vegetarian food, and chagosh comes in that. So the delectable non-vegetarian dish is a traditional delicacy of Himachal Pradesh. It is made by lamb, marinated in a special way, and the preparation is done in a unique way with yogurt, gram flour, and different species and masala. The thick gravy, that is the curry in which the meat soaks and then is consumed, is one of the best non-vegetarian dish of the Himachal Pradesh, and it's mostly found in the district of Chamba. Even this is found mostly in the district of Chamba. Siddhu. The side dish in this state is prepared from wheat flour and served along the side non-vegetarian dishes of mutton, like how we saw earlier, charged or vegetables. It is an elaborate preparation, takes time, a lot of effort. However, the taste is very delectable and worth the effort of preparation. The flour, is left for 4 to 5 hours and then filled with fat and roasted on the direct flame for half-cooked flavor. It is believed that the half-cooked preparation will help the nutrients to stay, and so this is considered very nutritious. Siddhu is found especially in Kulu and many local eateries for tourists to taste authentic Himachali cuisine. So this food is not only delicious but also very nutritious as it is slow cooked to prevent the loss of nutrition. Next we have babru. The kachoris are found in various parts of India, so I hope most of people know what is kachoris. It is a form of a snack which we found in North India. So in this state, in Himachal, it has quite a different twist. Here, only difference is black gram paste is stuffed in the dough to get a special flatbread called babru. The delectable crispy pie is served with tamarind chutney and generally served alongside the chana madra dish, which we saw earlier, which is one of the most famous one, as I said before, and this makes a very, very healthy snack. This is one of the tourist favorite that is found in Shimla, the capital city of Himachal Pradesh. Here, you got another fun fact. Shimla is the capital city of Himachal Pradesh, and you also know that a lot of tourists go there every single year. So this dish is what they have mostly from there. That is babru. Next, we have kotri is another. This is another dish that is specifically made during festival celebration, just like chana madra and dham. This is also found specifically during celebrations and festivals. Now, kotri is basically a pancake prepared with buckwheat leaves and cooked with the wheat flour. This festive speciality is happily loved by the locals of Himachal Pradesh and is made all over the state, although it started in the beautiful town of Spiti Valley. It is authentic akotri and Lahore Spiti. So most of the food you saw is from Chamba, but this is originated from Spiti Valley. Next we have trout. As the name suggests, means this trout is a fish. Those who know that trout is a fish. So Kulu trout is something which is, you can see, a fish dish which is originated or especially prepared in the region Kulu. The fish is first marinated and cooked soft with very less spice. So this way the taste and nutrition of the trout remains original. As you can see, just like Siddhu, this is also a very nutritious dish and does not have, the cooking does not reduce the nutrition level in this. It is served with boiled potatoes and vegetables and is touted to be one of the healthiest and tastiest food in Himachal Pradesh. Last but not least, we have Tibet, and as many people know that in Himachal, Tibetan dishes are very, very famous. Most famous ones are momos and chipoti, tikmo and naisa cake and tenuk. So Tibetan tukka is also a very, very famous Tibetan dish in Himachal Pradesh, which is a blend of both the local cuisine and the Tibetan cuisine. And this are mostly found in Mekloy Ghat and Dharamshala. So with this, I finish my few information I had to share on the gastronomy or on the cuisine of Himachal Pradesh. I hope you learned a lot and you are as hungry as me now.